I want to show you how you can group and summarize your records along with using the criteria field. But first of all, as you recall in an earlier training video, we learned how to add the total row down onto the grid, and by default it grouped every field. Well, except that one. That's an expression. That makes sense. And in this example, it'll group any duplicates in the customer name field together. And because that's the first one in the grid, going from left to right, it groups it by the customer name first. Then next, if any products are duplicates, that is within the customer name group, will then be grouped. So for example, let me show you. Come up here and let's view our datasheet view. You can see that it groups all my customers together, and then after it groups it by the customer name, it'll then group it by product. But wait a second, I thought that groups don't allow duplicates. Well, it doesn't allow duplicates as far as the record goes, because here you have the customer name and then the group by product after that. And so if the same product that the customer purchased more than once, you get duplicates, it will only list it once. But then I added the total sales field over here that would add up those same products purchased by the same customer into one total sales field. So for example, we got Campers Pampers. That's a funny name. I have them listed 3 times. One of them is Campfire Bag, which I know that they made 2 purchases of the Campfire Bag. So for the total sales, I said go ahead and capture both of those and sum them up or add them up together. So instead of having them listed twice, it just said list it once, group it together, and give me the total of those 2 purchases on those 2 separate transaction dates. Well, let me show you how I did this. Let's right-click on the tab, go to the design view. There's my expression. Let's go ahead and right-click on it and zoom in. And I have 2 sets of parentheses, so let's do the first order of operation in the first set. And what you're looking at is my quantity field found in the order details table that I want to be multiplied by the price each field in the products table. Then after it's done that, it'll convert that to currency, and then after that it'll sum that up with any other fields. So in other words, with Campfire Bag that's been purchased twice by Campers Pampers, it multiplies the quantity by the price each, gives me the total, and then it sums up and adds it to the next one in the, next purchase that they made together. So that sum function is part of the group. So if I go ahead and remove the group, because I want to show you that Campers Pampers did make 2 separate purchases of the same product, so I don't want them grouped together to eliminate the duplicates, then I need to remove the sum function, because if I don't, and I just remove the group here, totals, and I come up here and click on the view button, it says, hey, wait a second, your query doesn't include the specified expression customer name as part of the aggregate function. Okay. So again, the sum function here, because we're not grouping, has nothing to pull together. So we want to make sure that we delete the sum function and that outer set of parentheses so it looks like this, and click OK. Click on the view button, and it was grouped, so it pulled them together. But now since they're not together, I'm looking for Campers Pampers, I can go ahead and group them when I sort them. So click on the customer name drop down arrow and do sort A to Z. And there's Campers Pampers. They purchased the Campfire Bag once, twice, and that's it. So there we go. There's 1170 plus 78 is 1248. Cool. So let's go ahead and go back, design view, and let's go ahead and do the totals to group them. We got the expression. And now that we have them together and they're grouped by, if I want to get the total for those products that were purchased by the customers, the same products, then I need to put the sum function back in, because if I don't put it back in and I click on the view button, it goes the other way saying, hey, your query doesn't include the specified expression as part of an aggregate function. It's not building upon it and adding it up as we're grouping these and eliminating the duplicates, as it were. So let's right click on that and say, okay, it's being grouped. We want to make sure that we capture those sales and combine those together within those groups for the quantity multiplied by the price each. So we need to add the sum function, sum, outer set of parentheses, the first, then go at the very end and add that outer. So we have 2 sets, the ini for currency, the outie for the sum function. Click okie dokie, click on the view button, and see Campers Pampers, Campfire Bag. Just one total right there. Great. Hey, how about if we go ahead and put a criteria in for this, the total sales, to say anything that we made over $5,000 you want to see here. Nothing less. Okay, let's go ahead and right click, go to the design view, come below there. Let's do a greater than 5,000, hit enter, click on the view button. How many records? Just a few here. See mountain camping, double bag. Okay, I know the double bag doesn't cost $5,544 because over in the products table, Double bag is $99. So it looks like Mountain Camping is just going nuts. Hey, keep buying more. Thanks a lot. So again, the whole point of using the totals, adding the totals row down below to group records together, is to eliminate any duplicates, but yet get some calculations for those groups and not have them split. Let me do one more to show you the challenge when it comes to using the totals feature. I mean, it's very beneficial if you understand your ways around and, well, you watch my training video here and what to look out for. Let's add the transaction date to the query so we can set up criteria to find all those products that were purchased, let's say, after March 1st, 2008. Because let's say we did marketing in the prior month of February and we want to see those results and see how much we made in total sales per client. So let's come back here to the design view and let's get the criteria gone here for the total sales because we want to set it up for the date, which is up here in the orders table, the transaction date, double click. And then down below that, we want to say anything that we made in sales after, so it's greater than 3/1/08. March 1st, 2008. Hit the tab key, puts pound symbols around it. Great, let's go ahead and check it out. Click on the view button. And is it after March 1st, 2008? Well, there's a total of 38 records. Prior to that, we had over 100. And so, cool, that worked. But what's not working for me is the duplicates. Family campers. Let's see, they purchased after March 1st, the screen tent. Well, quite a few times, and the reason why it's pulling is because the dates are different. So it can't combine it into one because the transactions for March 3rd, March 10th, March 21st. So what we need to do, if we want to be able to get the totals, have them grouped together, and yet still get the criteria to say, okay, just find those after March 1st, 2008, so we can get the total for that, because I don't want to add it up here in my head, 178 plus 979 plus 534 for the screen tent for family campers. Whew, that's a lot. Instead, let's go back to the design view. And what we need to do is we need to change it from group by, click on the drop down arrow and say where, and then the moment you choose where it's after March 1st, 2008, it unchecks the show box. Why did it do that? Because if it shows those different transaction dates, it can't group them together because we have something that's not grouping by transaction date, because in any case they are separate transaction dates, but we want to group them by the customer name and the products when they purchase that same product more than once. So here it'll give us the total for all the sales and list it once. We get no duplicates without, showing the transaction date. So come up here, click on the view button, and do we have any duplicates? No, campfire bag once. We get the total for that after March 1st, 2008. Even though we can't see the results of the date, it's working. It's pulling in the background, doing its thing. Thanks for watching. Hey, as a quick reminder, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click on me and subscribe to my channel to get notified of the latest videos. And for great specials on my products, please see the description below this video.